Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Shell here and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can already see from the thumbnail and the title, I'm going to be sharing with you guys today my top 5 favorite drugstore foundations. I know I do favorites videos all the time and I'm trying to do them every month now, but a lot of times in my favorite videos I cannot mention to you guys every single thing that I use and love. So a new series that I'm going to be starting on my channel is my top 5 of drugstore foundations. Obviously today I'm gonna do concealers, I'm gonna do highlighters, I'm gonna do high-end foundations, you name it, I'm gonna do it. And then if you guys have any suggestions of what you guys want to see, then feel free to let me know. If you guys are interested in seeing what my top 5 favorite drugstore foundations are, then please continue to watch. Alright guys, let's get started. I just want to mention to you guys before I start though, these are not going to be in no particular order of like least favorite to most favorite, because all of these foundations are based upon the weather, whatever time of the year it is. So if it's too warm, I like to wear this one more, and if it's really cold, then I like to wear this one more. The very first one that I'm mentioning to you guys is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and I think everybody and their mother supposed to know about this foundation right here. This foundation is amazing. It is definitely full coverage, the matte poreless, and then the dewy finish. So these are basically made to target whatever skin type you have. So if you have more of a dry skin, they made the dewy smooth for you, and then if you have normal to oily skin, then it's definitely the matte poreless that you would choose. My opinion, I have extremely dry skin and I do prefer the matte poreless over the dewy. I don't know why. I used this maybe once or twice and it was just too dewy for me, so I didn't use it anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it for you guys just so you guys see how it looks on my skin tone. But it is very full coverage, but still lightweight on the skin, and that's what I love. I have this in the shade 355 Coconut. That is the shade that I love in the Maybelline foundation. That's just my personal preference. So that's what it looks like, you guys. No, I just love the finish of it. It does not dry out my skin. I can use this in the winter time and it's still not too dry, but I mainly use it in the summertime when I just want my face to be matte. I'm going to be out in the sun, a lot more humid, and I just want something that's going to stay intact and last all day. Maybelline did extend the shade range of this. I think originally they came out with probably about between 18 and 22 to 24 shades, and now they have extended this to 40 shades. So yeah, they've extended the shade range to 40 shades, and on the Maybelline website it is $7.99. Second one is also a Maybelline foundation, and I was trying my best not to include one brand more than one times, but this is just based upon the collection that I have. So the next one is definitely the Maybelline SuperStay foundation. Absolutely amazing. This one also comes with a pump, which is a plus. It is a white pump, and I know they're probably trying to make it different from the Fit Me. However, the white pump just get a little bit dirty, but I don't mind that because when I cover it with the lid, you don't get to see all that mess, all that goo. But I love the fact that it comes with a pump. I know of anyone that tried this and didn't like it, whether you're dry skin, oily skin, combo skin, everyone that I've seen that tried this foundation absolutely love it. So this foundation comes in 16 shades, and I'm praying to God that in the future Maybelline do extend the shade range of this just like they did for the matte and poreless, only because I think that this is like the better version of this, even though they play like two basically different roles. But I think this one is a better version. I just love the wear a lot much better. The coverage is amazing. It lasts for a very long time. I know that it says that it is a 24-hour foundation. I don't recommend anyone wearing their foundation for past 10 to 15 hours. As for the swatch of the SuperStay, I'm going to go ahead and swatch it on the back of my hand for you guys, and I did left the Fit Me on the back of my hand because I wanted you guys to see what they look like compared to each other. But let me go ahead and swatch that right now on the back of my hand. So that's what both foundations look like swatched on the back of my hand. This one on this side is the SuperStay, and then this one is the Fit Me. So the Fit Me looks a little bit like a slight tingy bit more orange, which it's not a big deal to me. I make it work. It blends really well on my skin, and then it balances out with my concealer. And as you guys can see, these are very full coverage. They're not blotchy. They swatch very well, and that's exactly how they apply on the face. Love the wear of this. It is beautiful. Like I said, it comes in 16 shades, and I believe on the Maybelline website this foundation is about 12 bucks. So you can also check your local Walmart to see if they have this, because majority of the time Walmart sells everything cheaper than everyone else. So Ulta, Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, Walmart will be your best bet, your cheapest way to grab this. What I want to mention to you guys is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I have this in 2 shades. I have it in Mahogany and Espresso, and I love this stuff. Like, that is what I'm wearing on my face today. Absolutely amazing. There's one thing that I've been noticing about my face and my skin from the other day, like for the past couple of months, since I've been taking so much good care of my skin. There's one place on my face that tends to get oily now, no matter what I use, high-end or low-end products, and that's my nose. But you guys, whenever I wear this stuff right here, I don't know what is in the formula, but my nose does not get oily at all. I wore this to church yesterday, and I applied it from about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I removed it about 10:30-ish last night, so about 12 and a half hours, and this did not budge. I fell asleep in it and it did not move. This is the cheapest one of all the foundations that I'm going to mention to you guys. So this one is the least expensive. So let me get the tips on it right now, or the info. So this foundation comes in 20 shades, you guys. It is only $5.99, and as beautiful as this foundation is, as long as it lasts on my skin, there's one thing that I'm gonna beat Wet n Wild up over, and it is their shade range. Out of 20 shades in this foundation, there's only 5 for deeper skin tones. Only 5. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and swatch both of these for you guys so you see what they look like. This first one is gonna be Espresso, and for how they made all the other shades, I'm very confused as to why these 2 shades are so close to each other. One just has a slight bit of like reddish orange undertone, and I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that. For the amount of shade ranges that they have, I feel like the jump should have been a little bit more spread out, because when I use both of these foundations on my face, you can't even tell the difference. So that is what both shades look like. And as you guys can see on the back of my hand, they are just a slight bit different. And as you guys can see, my skin tone and both of these foundations, they're a little bit either red or orange on me, but I just make it work with concealing and highlighting. Also, this one doesn't come with a pump, but when you twist it open, it has like some kind of like a doe foot applicator, something like that. It's not a sponge. It's definitely kind of like a spatula kind of thing. I know a lot of people would probably not cater for that because it's not very sanitary, but I like to use it just to apply the foundation on my face. It's definitely less messy than pouring it out on my hands, but in my opinion, the way how these wear, I think that they would be more suiting for normal to dry skin. That's just my take. I don't have oily skin, and I don't know of anyone that has oily skin that have used this before. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people out there. I didn't do like deep research like you watch YouTube videos or anything like that on these foundations, so I'm just giving you guys my opinion from my experience. But I just wanted to say that this one is amazing. It's only $5.99. The shades are a little bit jacked up, but it is really good. Next foundation that I'm going to mention to you guys is the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect 2-in-1 foundation plus concealer. I have this in the shade Chestnut, and this foundation comes in 14 shades. 14. If you guys feel like lighter skin people need all those shades, that's the same thing for us. So they made 14 shades in this, which was not a terrible shade range, but I just feel like it wasn't balanced, and then it goes back to we need more. We need more, and we're not gonna say it until you guys get it. We need more. I think the formula of this is beautiful. It's definitely full coverage, and I love it. I love it. This is my first time trying a foundation from Milani. I don't know if Milani has any other foundations, and this is definitely not something new to the market, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, and it is because of the shade range. The shade range sucks. I have the second to last shade, and there's so many girls darker than me, and it's like, what if they wanted to try your products? You don't make anything for them. However, I don't find that it gets oily on my skin tone. I don't find that it creases. I don't find that it does any of that, so that is a plus. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this on the back of my hand so you guys can see what she looks like. So the Milani foundation is chestnut. Remind me so much of the Maybelline SuperStay foundation. This is what chestnut looked like on the back of my hand. It is a very close match to my skin tone, and that's why sometimes when a makeup brand makes mistakes with the shades and they don't get the shades, I'm so confused as to what happened with the shade range, like what happened with Tarte. I don't understand how you only make 2 shades for deeper skin tones and then you have 15 shades for lighter skin tones. It doesn't make any sense. If you guys need help with making the shade ranges or need help with the shade ranges, go out. Someone on the team that works in the lab, someone can run out to the store. You don't have to buy expensive foundation. Run out to the drugstore and pick you up a couple of deeper skin tone shades in drugstore foundation and then try to mimic those shades. Like, I'm confused as to why you couldn't do that. Why Tarte couldn't do that, I don't know. It does come with a pump as well, so that is definitely another plus. And yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. Last but not least is the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation. This one is amazeballs. Amazeballs. And they say leave the best for last, and that's basically what I did in this video. Now, if I should choose one of these foundations to be like my favorite foundation, it would probably be this one. It's not heavy. It still gives me a full coverage. It states to be a high definition long wear illuminating foundation, and that is definitely what it is. I have this in the shade Coffee, and let's see how much shades this foundation comes in. 16 shades of this foundation, which is not a bad number. I think my shade is about the 13th shade, and there's 3 darker shades after mine, which is not bad. Really not bad at all. However, I think they could have did better and added a couple more deep shades, but the shade range is not bad at all. I love the bottle, how sleek it is. The only thing that I noticed about this foundation, for how the bottle looks bigger than all my other foundation, but there's only 0.95 fluid ounce of product in here, so they did rob me 0.5 of the product, but I'm not mad because this foundation is beautiful, you guys. It's $10 on the LA Girl website, so still under like the $10 or less mark of drugstore foundations, which is not bad. So I just absolutely love this. It is definitely full coverage, and of course it comes with a pump. All right, so let's go ahead and swatch this one for you guys to see what it looks like. And this one is so lightweight. It's a little bit on the watery side, not too watery, but it's very lightweight, and that's what she looks like on the back of my hand. Also very similar to the Milani shade, and you guys can see that a lot of these foundations I don't have an issue with the shade range. I think the worst one was the Wet n Wild one. What it is, but this pump and the Milani pump almost looks very similar. Very similar. So weird. I love the packaging. It's very sleek, and this one is also travel friendly. Out of all the other ones that I've mentioned, this is the only one that's travel friendly because the bottle is like a thick acrylic plastic container, so if you drop it, it's more than likely not gonna break, because sometimes glass foundations you got to be very careful. I can honestly say though that I've never dropped and smashed any of my foundation. Knock on wood that it never happens, but That has never happened to me. That's about it for my top 5 drugstore foundations, you guys. But that is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll definitely see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.